Hey YouTube, is the cost of consumables eating into your hobby budget? I know it does into mine, and whenever I find a cheaper consumable, I think it's worth investigating to see if it's usable. I bought some Chinese Cutoff discs, just the 100mm ones. I've been using Flexivit discs. I've been paying anywhere between $2.25 and $2.50 per disc, buying them at any of the local shops. I ordered these off eBay, and these are less than $1 a disc. They're sort of like 80 cents a disc, I think. So I'm going to give them a go and see how they work out. If they last anything more than half as long as the Flexivit discs do, they'll be a cheaper option. So these are 1mm thick discs. I like the thin discs, they seem to cut a lot easier. Anyway, yeah, 4-inch discs, 1mm thick, 100mm in diameter, 16mm hole, that's pretty standard. I'll give them a go and see how they work out and give you a report on just how economical they really are. So, in order to test these cheap discs off eBay, I've bought one Flexivit disc from the local hardware at $2.95, one Taipan disc again from the local hardware, that was about $2.70. And of course we have this one from eBay, Win 1, and they run out at about 80 odd cents each. So the plan is, I have this 65 by 6mm flat bar. That's about 2.5 inches by 1/4 inch, and I'm going to cut through it with each of these discs. I'm going to make it as scientific as I can, but because it's not in a controlled environment, it's going to be subject to how much pressure I put on it, and hopefully it'll be meaningful anyway. They're all 100mm to start with, so they're all exactly the same size, but I will get a measuring stick and we'll just measure it. I think we can all agree that the discs are, all three of them, exactly the same size to start with, so we'll just take one. There we go, right there you can see, spot on 100. At least I hope you can see in the light. It was hard to tell what you can see through this viewfinder. It always looks better in the video after I do the editing. Anyway, there it is, exactly 100. So with 3 discs, I'll do a cut with each, and then at the end we'll measure each of the 3 discs and see which one survived the best. Now, because I've got all the safety gear on, I'm just going to cut all 3 of these, and then I'll stop and measure them. I'll edit the video to go and fast forward for each of the cut. Taipan. Taipan. And here's the cheap one. And that was the Win 1. Here's our Taipan. Here's our Win 1. Well, as you can see, the Flexivit disc entirely disintegrated, and I want to point out that that's entirely down to me. It was my mistake and definitely not fault of the Flexivit discs, which I've used and I find very good. I will retest the Flexivit disc a little later in the video. Let's measure what we've got. Okay, the Taipan, after one cut, has lost about 1.5mm. You can see that sitting there at 98.5, I hope. See, 98.5mm. So that cut cost 1.5mm on the Taipan. A little bit more on the Win 1. Cost us 2mm on the Win 1. That's sitting there at 98 even. Now I also realise that these discs tend to disintegrate quicker as you get closer into the centre, so it's not a lifetime test. When I edit the video, I'll run the cuts all at the same speed, so then you'll be able to get a rough idea if one cut quicker than the other. Using the Flexivit disc, and this is the same material as I was cutting. Now there we go, I tried to maintain the same pressure with all 3 discs. Make it 98 3/4. You can just focus in on that there, 98 3/4 millimeters. So it hasn't gone down that much. Assuming that they all are used at the same rate as they go in, and from experience I suspect that they wear out quicker as they get down further, but that may just be subjective. For the sake of calculations, we'll assume they all wear out at the same rate, and I'll do a little spreadsheet and put that up on the video so you can see the value equation for the 3 discs. As you can see from the spreadsheet, even though we used more disc with the Win 1 to make the cut, the cost of the cut was considerably less. For the Flexibit and Taipan disc, the cost was just under 4 cents for that one cut, and for the Win 1 disc, the cost was just under 2 cents for that cut. Now that's a significant saving, that's saving half your costs. But I will point out that that assumes that all discs wear at the same rate as they reduce in size. I haven't tested that, but I think it's a reasonable assumption to assume that they'll wear at roughly the same comparative rates. So it looks like you can save 50% of your consumable costs on cut-off discs for a 4-inch grinder by switching to the Win 1, and that's what I'll be doing. I plan to buy a batch of 100 discs, which brings the price in half again, down to 40 cents per disc. And I'll give them a really good try out, and if there's any significant difference from what I've reported here, I'll post an update video to give you all the detail. And there you have it. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I do hope we've managed to save you a little bit of money. And as always, don't forget to click like, comment and subscribe. Until next time.